y'all, it's Debbie with Taylor by Debbie, and I've got another serving tray idea for you today. And on this one, we're going to be using the scalloped edge serving trays, and I picked this one up at my Dollar Tree Plus. Okay, but you can buy a serving tray anywhere. That you can even find them in antique stores. But I want to use an unfinished one because what we're going to do is we're going to change it up. And the paint that I want to use today is Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean. Okay, so let me just open this paint up. And we are going to put some paint on it. Before we do that, I want to show you what I did that we're going to be using on the center. At the Dollar Tree stores, they have this peel and stick wallpaper, and it comes in all different patterns, and I just really loved this blue and white pattern for this tray, so we're going to be using that today. And all I did was lay it inside here and, you know, made sure I had it all the way up to the edge over on this side, and over here you want to make sure you have it all the way to the sides. And then I just, you know, folded that in and made a crease mark. And then I took my rotary cutter and I laid it down on my cutting mat, and I just, you know, where I had it folded, I just went down and cut it on each side with the rotary cutter until it fits in there just like that. Okay, so we're just going to take that out, and these little Cricut tools are great to take this out of here without messing it up. It goes right under the corner and you can lift it out easily. Just a little crafting hack for you there. But what we're going to do first is paint the parts that are not going to be covered by our wallpaper. So, you know, I like to work out of the lid. I've already shaken up the paint, and I am going to paint the bottom of it as well. And this ocean color does dry a little bit darker when it's dry. So I'm going to go ahead and paint all the parts on this tray. We're going to start out with one coat and see how it looks. And I'm going to speed up the video and I'll come right back. Okay guys, here's what it looks like after one coat, and there are some areas where it's still kind of light. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of sandpaper, and it's 150 grit, and we are going to just lightly sand it and then put on a second coat. I'm going to put on a second coat, so I'm going to speed up the video again, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, now I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to paint the sides. We'll do with the sides one at a time. I'm going to speed up the video, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, now I've got two coats on the outside. We painted a coat, sanded it, painted a second coat, are letting it dry. And while that's continuing to dry, we're going to go ahead and paint the inside. I'm going to speed up the video, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I know that was a lot of painting, but I wanted to make sure we had really good coverage, so the paint finish will be nice and dark. And when I'm finished, I like to use these little brushes, and I got this one at the Dollar Tree in the makeup section. It was $1.25, and you can just go along the edges, inside the handles, around the outside of the handles, and just check really quick before it's good and dry for any drips, any globs of paint, any little areas that you may not have gotten completely covered with paint. And these little brushes are great for that. You don't want any overhang, you know, where the brush was wider than the area you were painting. It can cause like a little line of thicker paint on the edges. So just grab a little thing like this or a small paintbrush, and it was dry when I started. And I'm just kind of going along the edges with it and smoothing out any lumps, bumps, runs, drips, globs. And then I'm going to turn it upside down and check inside the handles to make sure that all that's covered well with the blue paint. And if not, now would be the time. It looks like we got that well. And I did cover one coat of paint on the bottom because we're going to be putting that wallpaper finish down. I didn't do 2 coats, but wallpaper tends to stick better to a painted surface rather than just raw wood. So that's why I've put that down there. Next, I'm going to take that same sandpaper that we used earlier, and we are going to do a light sanding all over the entire piece. All right, now before we add that final piece, I want to take some white, and we want to take a dry brush. And for this, I'm going to use one of those makeup brushes. And this is what they look like in the package from the Dollar Tree. We're going to use one of these. And I'm going to just dry brush, dab it in the paint. And then we're going to come over here and tap it off till it's almost not got much paint on it at all. And then we're just going to take this and we're going to dry brush. And if you get a little bit too much on, you can just wipe it off. A baby wipe does really well. You get a baby wipe. If you get too much on, you can always wipe it off and then start again. So don't freak out if it gets too much. You can either paint over it or do like I just did while it's still wet. Take a baby wipe and, just wipe it off. So you just want to kind of lightly dry brush on. And again, if you don't like this look, you don't have to do this step. And I'm going to continue to take my brush and go around the entire tray and distress it. I'll speed up the video and we'll be right back. Take your sandpaper and sand again, and that will also knock down a little bit of the white paint and help it look even more naturally distressed. All right, last thing we're going to do is we're going to put a coat of Mod Podge on the whole thing. And I'm going to use my flat stenciling brush for that. I'm going to go around the entire tray and put one coat of Mod Podge everywhere except for the inside bottom part where the wallpaper is going to go. I'll speed up the video and I'll be right back. Okay guys, now it's all dry. The very final step I like to do is to take a really fine grit sandpaper, and this is 220 grit. And then the last step, we're just going to lightly sand the entire tray, and then we'll wipe off any sawdust with the microfiber cloth. I'm going to speed up the video and I'll be right back. Okay, you want that nice and smooth. And then we're going to take our piece of wallpaper that we fitted for this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to peel up some of it like this. I'm just going to pull the back off a little bit and get this side in there evenly. All the way up to the edge, side to side, because if you put it in there crooked, it's going to go crooked the rest of the way in, guys. There we go. And then you can slowly peel it back and lay it down. Okay. Then I find it's helpful if you have like a flat credit card, or I'm using my Cricut tool here. We're just going to take this and flatten it out end to end with this. But y'all, that's all there is to this. And look at this beautiful, beautiful tray that we made using Dollar Tree Plus items, some paint, and Mod Podge. I hope you give this a try. If you do, please tag me in a photo because I'd love to see yours. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this content. Leave me a comment down below to let me know what else you'd like to see me make, or what you think about this project. It really does help me out when you leave comments, y'all. And have a blessed day. And until next week, I'll see y'all later. Bye.